Hello everyone and welcome back to another From the Depths video, and today we will be battle testing my new sub, the Kaio. It's a big chunky boy and he's got 3 particle cannons on the front. I've got one set to, each one is set to a different damage type. We have this one on EMP, this one is a scatter lens that shoots 4 different piercing beams, and this one is an impact beam. I've also got some torpedoes, a huge torpedo that deals explosive and frag warheads, some large EMP and frag torpedoes on the sides, and then we've got a bunch of medium missile interceptors to deal with the enemy torpedoes. I've also still got some rubber on the sides to prevent me from taking collision damage if I ever bump into the ground, and I still need to hide those. I'll get to it all later, but for now, just to show you how it's done, you just add a decoration, mimic empty, and then hide the original mesh, just like that. Boop boop. Yeah, I'll get to the rest of it later, but I've also got a bunch of shields on this craft. You can't really see the shields right now because we're not in combat, and I've got them set to be really like low key, but they help me not die when a missile hits me. I've also got a large steam propeller here that's powered by this steam crank engine. We've got a bunch of stuff in the internal space, from steam boilers and generators to warp rods for when we need to get out of dodge quick, a big battery to power everything, a large turbine generator to power my guns, and just more batteries, ACBs, stuff. Anyway, enough talk. Let's get to the combat test portion of this. So it's a little dreary under the sea here, but we can still vaguely see the Kaio from under the water, so that's nice. We're gonna give ourselves a bit of a challenge. We're gonna go up against 3 brandy stocks. Now this has been my go-to test craft for this submarine because each brandy stock carries 6 large torpedoes, which will absolutely ruin my day if they come into contact, even with my heavy armor. We're sending out our huge torpedo. Well, this is the this is the huge torpedo, I think. I don't know. That's a big lag. Something hit. Something big hit. Oh yeah, we can see the damage numbers up in the top. One of the particle cannons did 100,000 damage. Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. And the Kaio falls. The underside got hit in a massive twist of events. That almost never happens. Usually I have my sides and my front and my back heavily armored because I've never worried about this undersection getting hit, but it got hit this time, and a huge chain reaction went off. That was what all that lag was about. Let's get rid of the enemies. I never expected that to happen. Like, I know, technically they can hit that part, but usually they're going to hit the sides and the top and the front and the back, and I've never had anything actually go for the underside like that. But it's a very effective strategy against this craft. I guess that would be its main weakness, is that it's thinly armored on that underside, and there are a lot of explosive components here, from the boilers to the ammo storage. Everything down here is liable to set off a chain reaction, so I guess that's why we're gutted in such spectacular fashion. But I mean, on the sides, I guess they did get through the armor pretty well. Multiple torpedoes probably impacted here, but if you'll pay attention, if you'll notice, the metal poles are what got breached, not the heavy armor poles, and that tells me I can't skimp on the heavy armor on the sides. Just because it's further down doesn't mean it's not going to be hit, as we can so clearly see. So we're going to hit repair all. And we're going to make some changes. So every day I record a video thinking this is going to be the day I make the finishing touches and finally have a finished product to include in a YouTube video. But you know what? I'm letting go of that idea. It's always going to be a process. I'm always learning in this game, and I have to be happy with I have to accept that I'm always going to be working on something. So now I'm just going to reinforce the sides here. And, you know, I really should reinforce the bottom. Oh, dear Lord. Okay. I have a feeling that if it impacts, I'm still going to receive massive damage if it hits one of these two blocks. But I really can't afford to have this entire thing heavily armored because it's just going to be too heavy. And it's not going to work very well at all in that case. So I'm going to have to accept this level of armament for now. It pains me to armor it this way, because it's so expensive and it makes the craft heavier. You know, maybe at some point I won't have to do this because I'll just be a better shipwright and I won't have to just, you know, solve my problems crudely anymore. I'll just understand how to do it right in the first place. And, you know, I was really trying with this craft. I used warp rods so that I could teleport out of the way of the torpedoes when they got too close. I used a bunch of shield protectors to cover the spots where I saw it was most common for them to hit me. I've got a bunch of missile interceptors to take down the torpedoes before they even get too close to me. But, you know, it just doesn't work out sometimes. And this was one of those times. Alright, so since this section is connected to the top, I am going to armor the bottom around here, just because this is more of a danger zone. I want to be selective about what I armor. I feel like that's already a little too much. So this side does need to be armored as well. You know, this will always be a weak point, because that's where my missiles are coming out from. I mean, I guess I could put a shield there, but I've got so many shields already that it's overwhelming my steam turbines, and I'm running out of energy and engine power to power them all. So, you know what? Where do I remove shields so that I can put more of them? I don't know. We've got a shield here, shield here, shield here, shield here, shield here. Do I need that shield? I feel like I do need that shield. I feel like I take a lot of hits right there. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. I don't see a shield I can easily get rid of. Oh, I know. I know a shield I can get rid of. I can get rid of this shield. Oh, wait, no. No, I want that shield. My bad. Never mind. Oh, wait, actually, no, I don't want that shield. My bad. Okay. And I can get rid of these shields. No, these are frontal shields, but they are like they're covering these bottom sections, and those sections do get hit, and when they do get hit, it really sucks. But like I don't know, man. Kind of want to put them back. It's fine. It's fine. Alright. You know, sometimes we get a little unlucky. Let's give it another shot. I've taken on 3 brandy stocks before. And by the way, it's 260,000 materials versus 480,000 materials on our end. Let's save really quick. Skadoosh. Oh, we've got the shields visible, so now you can see them. Have they always been there? Is it like that? I guess so. Alright, so yeah, most of the oh yeah. I guess we're just not warping far enough. Like, the warp is good. The warp is a great idea, but if we don't warp far enough to dodge it because we're too big, it's like, what was the point? I guess I can make some more. Wow. Wait. Yeah, no, I didn't take any damage. I was what? No, oh, okay, nah, I did. I didn't take any damage. Wow, I immediately regret removing that shield. Damn. Okay. Jeez. Huh. Oh, it's starting to really lag now. Okay, I guess it's time to put the shields back. Alright. Where do I want the shield? Where do I want the shield? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Yep, right here. I don't remember exactly how I had it. But I'm gonna we're gonna go with this. 5. Where am I? I've lost myself. Where am I? Where am I? Right, the shields are all off, so I can't see them. And I'm gonna have to turn them on so that I can configure it properly. So I'll just set it to 0.1 for now. That looks decent enough. Right, time for the other side. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And now we go -20. 5. Defense, planar shield. All right, back in business. We've got the sides armored. We've got this vulnerable, explosive combination armored. Like, just to give you an idea, this huge torpedo, you saw it do damage earlier, but this huge torpedo does 97,000 high explosive damage. Now that's reduced by armor, but when this thing blows up from damage, it does 214. It releases 214,000 fuel, but it does 21,000 high explosive damage, and it also triggers all these explosive ammo storages, which altogether deal an overwhelming amount of damage. I'm sure you can imagine. Like, just if you take one of these by itself, I'm not sure if the number is going to be different or not off the top of my head. Yeah, so it's like each of those does basically 9,000 explosive damage, and they all set each other off and kablooey, and then, you know, it all goes to shit because, you know, you'll hit this boiler too, and then it's sayonara internals. So it's important that that doesn't get hit, but I'm only sparing some one layer of heavy armor because, you know, essentially it shouldn't be getting hit. I've got 2 layers here because this is right next to it, and this will always be a weak spot, unfortunately. You know, I guess I could put them somewhere else, but where would I put them? I don't know. I don't got a lot of space. This is a big boy, but there's really not that much space in here. I've used all the space. Right, I was gonna make the warp rods better because, you know, I've got 2 of them, And there's like no space in here for another one, but I must find a way, because like it's not warping far enough. Okay. Okay, you can do this. You can do this. What do I take out to fit another warp rod? I could take out these batteries. I could take out these batteries. Yeah, I could do that. Yeah, one row of batteries taken out. No one's gonna miss a row of batteries. Oh, except there's already a warp stabilizer right there, because there's a terminus point there. But you know, that's fine, because yeah, it's fine, actually. That's not an issue. Okay, why? What's going on here? Why do I have 2 layers of alloy? It's whatever. That's not the point. No one cares. Da 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 da. All right. Are we going on this? Is this the spot? Is this the spot? I think we should do the bottom one if we can. Because that will be the least disruptive. We won't separate a battery arm from the main, you know, thing. Whew. Warp controller. This is so fucking crowded. Oh, and we have enough space for a stabilizer here. Lucky. Put our terminator right there. Very nice. Alright. Okay, so that is a minor issue. But we've got it. That's okay. Alright, what's going on here? Why is this thing not gonna... Okay, I got it. There we go. I just put the warp controllers down backwards. Alright. So now... Now what do we have? The stabilization time on each of these warp rods is really low. Well, really high, rather. Because I don't have as many stabilizers on them compared to these two. Because I've used the whole width of the craft to make the stabilization arms on these. As well as made use of the terminus on this one to make more. But essentially, it doesn't really matter so much that the stabilization time is lower, because the overall distance that we can warp has increased. You can see it's still rising. In this tooltip, you can see the maximum distance for all warp drives is increasing as those other warp arms are charging up, as these two new ones. And soon, like they're about halfway now, they charge up really slow. But when they're done, we should be able to warp an extra 120 feet up from like 200 something, and hopefully that means at least once we can dodge a volley of large torpedoes and give us an opportunity to disable the enemy with our EMP weapons. Okay. I know that was long-winded. Please pardon me. We've got all these shields here. I'm sure you understand. Actually, no, I'm gonna leave them there. I was going to, like, make them invisible again. But let's leave them there because I want to see a torpedo hit the shield and verify that they work. Because I'm not sure they do. Alright. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna... It looks like it's moving so slow, but I know it's not. It's moving at least 70 meters per second. Okay. Torpedoes incoming. What the... Oh yeah, right, the warp. It's kind of a shame that we used the warp to dodge one torpedo. Oh no, no, and all the underside, all underside hits. I'm starting to think the torpedo missiles deliberately avoid the shields. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay. It's okay. It's okay. We're gonna do it again. We're gonna do it again. And we're going to watch closely to make sure that's what's happening. I'm ready. I'm ready to see where the torpedoes are landing. It was still too close. Well, you know, that's kind of my bad because I didn't give the craft long enough to recharge the warp rod, so of course it's not gonna you know, be ready to warp a long distance. Alright, let's double check whether these warp rods start full or not. Yes, they do. That's great. Great news. When you spawn the vehicle in, the warp rods start full. Okay, take 3. Waiting. Oh! We've got a dodge. I don't know about you, but I'm so anxious. Yeah. Yeah, those torpedoes are going straight through the shields. Yeah. I'm gonna Google it real quick. Do torpedoes from the depths. Do planar shields block missiles? They do not stop missiles. Great. I'm so glad I spent all this effort putting 1,000,000 shields on my ship just for it to not do anything. Ah, okay. You know, this is good news. This is good news because I was using a lot of energy to power these shields, and if they're not doing anything, I don't have to worry about that. My ship was already doing decently with just the armor, so this is great. Where are they? Where are they? Oh, there they are. I was looking at the bottom when I should have been. This outcrop specifically to armor the shield so it doesn't get taken out itself somehow. No longer need you, buddy, though you were nice for covering up the fans, the propellers. Hello. In the meantime, war goes on in the background. None of my concern. Because, you know, essentially after the first couple of volleys, these large torpedoes come. Okay, that, you know, one of my particle cannons is malfunctioning, so now we're doing damage to ourselves. We're hitting ourselves, essentially, every time we fire. Because while this is damaged, every time it fires, it's not great. So we're going to do this. And this for now is just as a stopgap measure to keep them from firing while we fix this. Alright. Let's get our paint, because we want this to look nice. How do people do the paint where it's not like the whole block? Huh. Ah, whatever. Yeah, the mirrors. I thought it was rubber, but no, it's just very badly damaged. Okay, we've got a couple more shields to get rid of, and then we'll be on our way. little pig, let me in. ¿Dónde es? La. I don't know how to say projected shield in Spanish. Like, who knows how to say that? Why would I know how to say that? I don't know. Are we skipping the bottom? Yes, we are, and our lovely rubber is protecting us from losing all of our internals this way. Good job, rubber. Thank you. Unlike these shield projectors, the rubber is actually useful. Okay, is that all of them? I believe so. Alright, now we are not wasting energy unnecessarily, and we are once again reminded that we need to armor this section more heavily. I really wanted to keep the entire outside alloy, not just because it's pretty, but because it leaves a smaller sonar signature. Like, I don't know if you've noticed, but we've got this big blue bubble around us that shows us the active sonar detection range of our vehicle. So basically the cross section of our vehicle from different directions combined with the material that cross section is made up of, and it's gonna show you, it's gonna like give the sonar detection signature. The bigger the number, the farther away a vehicle can spot us from with an active sonar. And thus, those torpedoes, which are guided by sonar, are going to be more likely to hit us. The higher that number is, they're going to be like, they'll be able to see us from that far away. And I want that number to be really small so that they don't they don't lock on until they get that close. And the higher that number is, you know, less good for me. But, you know, that doesn't really seem to be serving me very well. And, you know, I don't seem to be avoiding getting hit, actually. So, you know, maybe I should just worry about the getting hit part. And dealing with that, surviving that. So let's go get our heavy armor. And we're going to start armoring this boy up. Oh wait, it's white. Do I want it to be white? Yes, I want it to be white. I like white. Well, it's cream. More like it's cream. Yeah, it's cream. Oh, that does limit the azimuth fire of this guy by a little bit, but it's okay. I'm not worried about it. Just another day of telling myself I'm going to be done with the project and still spending many, many hours on it. Do I want pointiness? Is pointiness okay? You know what? You know what? Pointiness is okay. I'm tired. I'm not trying to create the perfect smooth craft right now. I'm trying to make something that works. I can smooth it out when it works. Pointy, 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 pointy. Right. We have a rubber slip there. Ta-da! That does feel bad. That does feel bad. Ugh. Ugh. Yeah, let's do it. Da-da-da, 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 wicked and right, love me in spite, and if I betray our lonely nights. And you know what? I know the heavy armor is good enough, but I am going to reinforce it with a little bit more metal, just because. Why not? This is all heavy armor, just in a different paint color. This is alloy, I'm gonna remove that. I do like my stripies. Decisions. Yeah. Yep, that's the move. Wait, what? No, huh? No, I want 17. Boop. Yeah. And in case you're wondering, I'm not super worried about getting hit from here, because look at all that. Look at all that. Look at all that. Look at all that. So yeah, this front top part, I expected to be hit. I really expected that to be hit. So I've got it armored to the tits. But you know, this section, not so much. I kind of expected to not be getting hit here, because you know they weren't locking on to these sections earlier. But you live and you learn. Oh, I actually like that offset. That's really nice. You know, this part, not so important to arm. Not so important to arm. I'm leaving that alone. I don't want my craft to be ridiculously heavy. We're lagging. We're lagging a little. Okay, you know, I do want it to be able to fire in this direction, so I can't put this here. I have to go down 1 meter. Is this going too far? No, it's not. And also, this should not be here. If we're getting hit this fucking hard, it should not be here. I'll put it somewhere else. And we'll just go check on how the boys upstairs are doing. Only one left. Not doing so hot. Yep. No, my craft has some issues, but it does pack a punch. Does pack a punch. Yeah. But I mean, it is a submarine, so it's kind of cheating. There are all these cannons on the top that can't even do anything. But you know, that's why I picked a test craft that had 6 large fucking torpedoes. I love how we can just sit on the bottom of the ocean and it's just fine. We're just chilling. We're basically a seafloor mounted turret at this point. Okay, we gotta... Ooh, that's a little uncomfortable. It's a little uncomfortable. Yeah. It's okay. Yeah, okay. Anyway, where was I? I'm back to armor. Armor, armor, armor. Yeah, that's not the right paint. Just ugh, I hate this. I hate this part of the craft. You know what I can do? I can just... Oh wait, but it leaves the propeller. Ugh. Well, I gotta do something about this paint. That feels better. Yeah, that feels better. I don't like that bit, but it's okay. Alright, and this side piece... This side piece does need to be armored as well. Because, like, if you look straight in there, we see squishy bits. Oh, and let's also get these poles while we're at it. Because you know that should be heavy armor. Back down for a second. We're not using mirror. There we go. Wait a minute. Ugh. Okay, we want 2 layers of heavy armor between us, our squishy bits, and large torpedoes. We have 2 layers of heavy armor between all of that. Yeah, we do. Okay. Yeah, we still gotta finish this bit though. What is going on here? You know what, that could be a pole. That should definitely be a pole. You know, poles, they're not as heavy, they're cheaper, but they just provide the same damage reduction through a, like, armor class, so, you know, that's why. Come to think of it, this should be a pole too. Any other pole substitutions I need to make? Alright, is there anything I want to do with this to make it prettier? This feels like it'll be a bad idea, but let's just give it a shot. It's good with the white and the black, but it's not good with the blue. Not good with the blue. What do I do? What do I do? There you go. Now, we're not usually looking at this part, so I'm not worried about it. Okay. Yeah, you know, these are a little ugly. You know, I don't really know what to do about it because I do have to have some space behind these propellers, otherwise they won't work properly. Oh, and you know what? Now that I don't have those shield projectors anymore, I also don't need the metal. I mean the rubber. Yay. Get out of here. Oh wait, that was covering up. There you go. Yeah, there we go. Better. Better. Should I do this while I'm at it? Yeah, I should. Now, since I'm here, let's just doop doop. Doop doop. Doop doop. Doop doop. Doop doop. Any others? All right. We got a bit of a new paint. You know what? What if I put the white stripe all the way on the front too? Yeah, and what if I extended the red stripe in this? No, I don't. Actually, no. Let's leave the red just right here. Yeah. But what we can do is we can bring it up here just up until the top. And then we bring the white like so. I feel like that adds a bit more personality than just a plain stripe the whole way through. So let's go with that. Let's go with that. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, that makes me happy. Why does this band look different? It's because it's damaged? It's really weird. You know, like this entire band looks different. It's not a different paint though. Huh. It's not the same on the other side. I wish I could get rid of these propellers and how they look so weird, but eh. What can you do? You know what, there is something I can do about these. will still be picking out. Well, no, that's fine actually. No, I know what to do, but I'm too lazy to do it. Alright. Let's test Yiz again. Kablooey. Alright. Are we taking a beating? Somewhat. Somewhat. Did it pierce? No, it has not pierced. And we are on the floor again. Okay. Topside armor receiving a beating as expected. No casualties. Well, actually, yes, casualties. Holy shit. Holy shit. Armor holding for now. Yeah, we've received some casualties here. Some of these like torpedo interceptors have been blown to bits. That's okay, because soon our EMP will start to come into effect. That will not be an issue anymore. Yeah, that's good. Oh goodness. Okay. So, how many large torpedoes does it take to get through my heavy armor? About like 3 on this side, which is better than it was before, admittedly. Okay, now the real question is, how many of them are left that can still fire torpedoes? Oh, yeah, they're firing torpedoes. Are those torpedoes? No, those aren't torpedoes. Are we receiving any more torpedo damage? Well, I mean, we're kind of in a pickle because our propulsion isn't working at the moment. So our soft underbelly is exposed, and that's not good. So if they do have any torpedoes, I guess we'll find out very quickly. But you know, otherwise, eventually, our torpedoes will take them out. Honestly, not very happy with this design. It's doing exactly what I programmed it to do, but you know, I'm not a very good programmer so far. You know, let's get rid of this. Let's fucking with those guys. Alright. So does my submarine perform well. Technically, yes, but also no. I evidently have a lot to learn. And next time I will make a sub that is a little bit more heavily armored from the get-go, but is also smaller and isn't trying to do so many things. Like, I really thought the idea of a wide sub would be cool, and to have 3 PAC guns would be cool. But then, you know, as I tested it and as I tried to make it work and work and work, you know, this is just not it. This is just not it. PAC sub, cool idea, but, you know, my torpedoes are doing a lot more right now. So we're gonna make another submarine at some point. And I'm gonna make it just like a torpedo boat, basically. Gonna make it smaller, make sure it's armored enough, make sure it's fast enough, give it a warp rod that goes along the entire length of the craft so that it charges faster, it's more efficient. And yeah, hopefully I'll make a one that doesn't get stuck on the bottom of the ocean. But anyway, that's all for me today. Thank you so much for watching, if indeed you did make it this far. And I hope your day has been made just a little bit better. Good night. Bye-bye. Well, it's good night for me, but bye-bye.